Welcome back, everyone, to Hildibrand Part 2. This is going to be the finish. I'm going to finish this part, so no worries if you're worried or something. Hey, little bluebird. Hey there. And hey there, Ellie. Nice to see you again. Let's see what the deal is. 8 armed and dangerous? What kind of person would have 8 arms? I mean, I'm trying to think. Even when Gilgamesh embiggened, he didn't grow his 6 arms, but even then, that's 6. I don't get it. I don't even know. Calosa, I was wondering when you'd showed up. Got the latest scoop on the victor's spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Colosseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it looks to be a big one. The Mithril Cup, sponsored by none other than Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Feargeese will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. Yeah, I know. We helped get the crystals back when the Amalja were stealing them. The chairman, Master Feargeese, sits on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of the tournaments like the Mithril Cup. You know, let's go back to the fact that he can buy half the realm. I'm assuming you mean he can buy the poor half, because, I mean, I highly doubt he can buy the rich half. I'm just saying. It doesn't sound as rich as you're trying to make it out to be. Anyway, my colleague Ganelon is in Ul'dah covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. I guess that's true. Attorney, huh? Gladiator stuff, huh? Gladiators are the class that are before paladins. Kind of like how Calosa was a conjurer before she became a white mage. I wonder how that's gonna change anything going down. It's not like Calosa's a gladiator. Is he? Wait. Down that way? Yeah, I guess I could walk. I guess I could sprint. Yo, Ganelon! Thanks for meeting us, sir. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelon. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. What, you gonna, like, buy him a drink or something? Ellie! If it isn't the Mithril Eyes star reporter, come to have a laugh at Ganelon's expense before returning to pen your latest front-page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Colosseum. But girl, it's a travesty, I tell ya! What the? It looks like it's a bunch of gladiators. In subligars. Hutch! Hooey! Hamo! Whatever is the matter? Pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will complete the cup together, yeah? I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin with no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow. Ah! Oh no! Mishap my arse! This is sabotage! Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my subligar! Oh jeez. I can't stop looking. Lower your voice, Hutch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting. That Hutchin? Shouldn't you be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quitter with my mantra, we would have been 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Mandervilles fight as one. You will bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fettle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin! For you, I'm always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sagoli. Huzzah! Mantras! 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 The Mantravilles? As Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fisseralger, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Are you serious? What? Consider me not the least bit interested. There's talk of attacks on the competitors, however. Of this, I would hear more. What's up, man? Oh, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With a list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thief's Challenge! Gladiators dropping like flies? No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak with the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his offices within the Coliseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Yuyubaya, and he owns the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid! Come on, Calosa, we've got a case to crack. Really? Do we really gotta? Let's go find this Dower Meadow and see what he can tell us about the tourney. Ganelon said he could find him at the office at the Coliseum, yes? Gladiators dropping one after the next. We have to rewrite my Mithril Cup preview 5 times in the past few days. Make that 6. Oh, poor man. Well, that's okay. I'm sure whoever comes up next will be the talk of the town. I mean, who else who wouldn't be getting attacked like this? I don't know. At some point, these someone's gotta be like the greatest gladiator or something. And, well, I guess that might be one of the gladiators in here. Whatever. From the Mithril Eye, you say? By all means, you're free to enter. Hey, we do got a bunch of gladiators here. And a conjurer? Oh, I guess that's a healer. When the people are done fighting. I'm Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Ha ha ha! Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself, ask away, my girl! That said, between the challenge from that so-called Phantom Thief and now those bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided there's someone still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his sublega. Looks like we got ourselves another. Huh? Those two aren't in the entry books. I love it. They're surrounding the people fighting, and it just turns out to be Briardian and Hildibrand. One punch, one kill. And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for the next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner! Yeah! Inspector Briardian. As efficient as ever, I see. True, gentlemen. Issues of violence. Inspector? You were thinking. It annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and do try to be brief. Was wondering when you might ask.
Master Feargoose has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Colosseum's ever seen. Victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside a card. Second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got. We've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern is hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I haven't all day. Sure can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't the Mr. Many Faces in another one of his elaborate get-ups?
I mean, I already assumed that he was last time. I was wrong, of course, but I mean...
Now, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would. In battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively including new competitors. More the merrier, and the more lucrative at that.
Yeah, Alteron one punch! Man, if Briardian lost all of his luscious locks from becoming One Punch Man, I wonder how Elvie would take it.
Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger! We've got some fresh blood for the melee!
Slimy bugger?
Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms. Or were they legs? You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. Inspector Hildibrand, look! He's purple!
Astute as ever, Nashu! This color, this overabundance of appendages! I smell a case!
Is that an octopus?
Ah, it's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now, he's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturge's Guild.
They made him?
They were gonna steal him away in a hole in the desert with the others, when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. Anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs around the Colosseum.
And am I ever glad they did? I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I just want to get my tentacles around her.
What?
Ugh, no way. I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There's only one who will claim the victors the spoils, and that's me.
Oh, I just love it when she talks through it tough. Now who's the chump who wants to get a pummeling by my lovely little Abby?
Huh?
Me?
Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall do must be done to. Calosa Whisper Song will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Calosa Whisper Song? You do look like a whisper song. Well, bugger me with a spear. Do you think I'd see the day when a warrior or light stood in my Colosseum? Hear that clink, clink, a clinkin'? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight in the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ulti. Aha!
Ugh. Don't mind if I do.
With Calosa, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Now we just need to make sure she doesn't come down with some curious injury.
That gladiatrix, Avila, was it? Seems quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say.
Should we vote her off the ship? I'm just saying.
Aha! I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector! That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu! The investigation is afoot!
As much as it sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Calosa here safe. Let us return to Ganelon and see what else he can tell us about these mysterious attacks on the combatants.
Very well. I shall leave the task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate, and should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at the first opportunity.
Sure, I guess. Alright, let's speak with Ganelon. Every time I look at his name, I want to say Gamelon. Guadala, we are off! Man, no wonder he's the butt of the joke at the Mithril Eye.
Yo, Hildibrand, what's up? I suppose that our questioning of Mr. Ultros can wait. Let us see if this Ganelon fellow can enlighten us.
Look, I know you're the warrior of light and all, but we can't afford to take any chances. Be on your guard, Calosa. I mean, I don't mind people actually protecting me for once. Even though I could probably, if anyone actually did attack me, I would just heal myself. I mean, it's not a big problem. But sure, whatever. You again! I already told you that. What? Into the journey, you say? Well, are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you'll have to protect yourself, you hear? I've been asking around. It seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Oh, is that so? I can't make any promises, but instinct tells me the girl's bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who's crossed her blades just a day ago. Well, crossed blades with her just days ago. Fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilists Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Sounds good. Oh, I'm sorry. Everyone knows it's Pugilist. At the Pugilists Guild, yes. Oh, hey. Yo, Raging Rat, what's up? I heard you got beaten up by a girl. Heh.
Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have you? Well, you're not the first. I say, is there not a man in this entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrand Manderville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would, please enlighten me as to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila.
Gentlemen, my eyes, have you not a whit of decency? Never you mind. Look, the records say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade, some kind of foul sorcery if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotting in jail as we speak. Girls all a Megan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those types. Why fight with honor when you got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Calosa. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as this fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice? She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the ladder.
Ah, Miss Ellie! The third of the chase has struck a chord with you as well! Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes! We might very well make an inspectress of you yet! Are you... Hildibrand?
I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor! If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question.
Yes, I can see it now! Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice!
Well, at least you're trying to put a positive spin on it.
Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying in every which way. Avila and Ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home.
Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector.
I don't... Ultros? I mean, he does wiggle them, but I don't think he can use a propeller-type wind attack with them. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Nice one. Get it? Because thaumaturges, infernal, void scent. Got it.
Mr. Ultros should be at the Coliseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back to whencesoever he came.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Calosa, not you too. Ah. Well, have fun there, Raging Rat. Sorry you lost. Whatever. Alright, back to the Coliseum to speak with Ultros. I wonder, is he really all that dangerous? I highly doubt it. I mean, he's purple. Is it that? I mean, that's kind of cute. I'm just saying. Purple's my favorite color. Probably not Calosa's, though. Calosa's is probably blue. Like her light blue. Would it kill them to station me a few yalms closer to the action? Whoops! Oh, it's in the Coliseum. I thought it was gonna be go back to the offices. Rip that guy.
Yo, Hildibrand! Shh, friend! Look over yonder! Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting?
He probably wants to put his tentacles on her butt.
Ah!
He speaks! Yes, this is most suspicious indeed.
Ah! No! Get away from me!
Oh-ho! What's this? The girl has fled in a panic! Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag! Or how they would sag if he had shoulders! Our quarry is on the move! Quickly, Nashu, we must pursue!
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, here we go. I'm just gonna say right here and now that the one good thing that came out of Final Fantasy 13 too was this Ultros model that they could use in Final Fantasy 14. So we had an Ultros. There he is! Oh my goodness! He's trying to touch this girl's butt too! Rip this girl.
Aha! There he is! You will not escape us so easily, Mr. Ultros!
Mr. Ulti seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time?
I'm telling you, tentacles, butt.
Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. Marinara sauce. Oh, he speaks!
Ugh! Get away from me!
And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with those girls anyway?
Call me crazy, but I think he likes them?
Huh?
You couldn't even figure that out?
Poor Mr. Ultros didn't seem to have much luck with the ladies. Speaking only for myself, I'd love to have him for dinner, perhaps in a nice lemon butter sauce.
Hildibrand is contemplating the implications of Ultros' behavior.
Poor misunderstood Alti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Alti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us?
Yes, yes. Now perhaps we should return to our actual investigation. As Avila is suspicious as they... If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow back at the Coliseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts.
An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Coliseum and speak with Dower Meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avila's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Neshu, the investigation calls!
Really? You know what, yeah, just nod and go with it. Meanwhile...
Don't think Uncle Alti didn't see you following me. What's a big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Or am I? Oh, come now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and an admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Alti dream? Well, kids, I hate to ink and run, but then again, I am an octopus.
Rip Hildibrand just disappearing into the ether. He was there for a sec, and then he was gone. Now we need to go back. But it's still, now he's outside. Okay, we're never going back into that office, are we?
You know what is it? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. Reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn you, though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. Poor bugger Ganelon tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was gonna rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might just be the ticket. I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off!
Alright, sure. As long as it's Hildibrand doing that stuff and I just get to sit back and watch. I'm telling you, this is really nice. I like this. I don't gotta do anything. Just get to sit here and listen to people talk. Sometimes you just gotta not do things, you know? Sometimes you just gotta take a break from saving the world. You know. Come on, Jadelyn, let's go. Yo, Hildibrand! Are they over there? I don't see them. What do you think, Hildy? Shh, Elvie's not here again.
Behold! The lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here so as not to set off the girl's fame to temper.
How many times must I tell you? There's no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be written in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Reborn Aldin won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no, 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldans no longer. And with that, I must be off to the Nanawa mines to meet my sister. Thanks for just announcing where you're going.
Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal.
I could have told you that when you signed up. Come on now, we have a suspect to pursue. Meanwhile...
Gwee, trying to steal a villa from Uncle Alti's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Alti's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus?
Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu?
Heavens, no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're on to me. Preposterous. Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what my...
Hildibrand! I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me! Heave ho!
No! You gotta be kidding me!
Ah, I can see where this is going. I can see where this is going. Oh boy. Ah, absolute greatness. What is it? I think it was Mr. Magoo, I think. This is the kind of stuff that would happen. Just kind of passing through dangerous things exploding, and he just kind of walks through it all. Hi, not here again. I'm Alteron. Thanks for the dad joke, Alteron. That maiden in Mightingar must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear. Sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Hegelina. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Estames, sun silk dresses, all the luxuries you could ever want will be yours. Or you could buy one mansion. If there were any mansions available to be bought. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for Ul'Dan upper crust. Those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand proud and tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I'm already proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is the wealth I ask for. That is your problem, Hegelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this. For us. Now I must return. Gods forbid one of those prying reporters overhears us. That's my Avi, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister. And be safe. A more loving, a more moving display of sisterly love I could not have seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the ways of prospective clues. It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with the girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see.
Inspector, did you hear what I just heard?
What'd you hear, Nashu? Let me check it out.
Look, kids, Uncle Altius had it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall into this pit and die like a good little girl? Whee! I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer, closer. Wah!
Hildibrand?
Not you, you idiot!
Ahem! No need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and I'm pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now, shall we return to Ul'Dan? The Mythical Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit.
Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman, if ever there was one. But if you think that means I'm gonna show mercy on you, you got another think coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute. I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around... You've gotta be kidding me!
Ah, beautiful. Just some Roadrunner Looney Tunes BS. I love it. I love it. This is the best storyline ever. I'm going to tell you right now, I unironically 100% Hildibrand is so much better than the main story. Main story quest has nothing on Hildibrand. Absolute best thing ever. When people were like excited for the trailers for the new things coming out, I would always be waiting for when there would be more Hildibrand, and I cheered. I would cheer when new Hildibrand was coming out. Hildibrand's so good. Whatever does he think he's found this time?
What'd you find, Hildy?
Yes, is something the matter? We're on a bit of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary looking about. Could it be? Has he sensed Ultros? And his 2 throbbing head wounds?
This time you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Coliseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry.
I guess there's no problem at all. Ha-ha, I suppose not.
Where in the world is he? I haven't gotten all day.
Godbert?
What in the world?
Well, rip that chimera. And did we really have to get a butt shot for like 10 seconds?
My chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? What? Oh, better sneak away.
Oh, it's Mr. Godbert. Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage I felt was not a quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. What brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear, and with that we must return to Ulda. If you've not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Ah! Oh-ho! Moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville Man, if I do say so myself.
That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me never go near one of their family reunions.
As muscleheads hate him.
God, just who is this inspector anyway?
Hildy is a worthy rival if there ever was one.
Who goes there?
Chicken. Green chicken. Hildy, Calosa, I have waited for this day.
Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap?
I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I'm not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy.
Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, because this might be...
Poor Greg! Lady Vossler is true. Godbert does need butt shots. Every butt shot ever.
Is there no one in this accursed realm who could remember... Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Calosa is a formidable foe.
That sounded like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as his sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed.
I know not what brings you to do battle with these two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these...
I wonder why, Greg. I wonder why. Lady Vossler needs to make a warrior of light named Gilgamesh that everyone can say his name but not Greg's. I mean, really. I wish we could get, like, his outfit, though, so that it would be even better.
Calosa, I will not fall so easily this time.
Well, looks like I got my legs full, all 8 of them. But if that adventurer is too strong to take on alone, I'll have to bring along a friend.
Octopus spotted!
A supplely twisting ring calling to mind the undulations of a creature in the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck!
Nobody here but us octopods!
Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, fiend!
Muscleheads, I hate
Rip in peace.
Beautiful.
Poor poor Ulti. Poor Uncle Ulti.
Uncle Ulti really wants you to paint his portrait.
The Looney Tunes gets me every time. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll just go to the Gladiators Guild and then walk out. Genevieve. I don't know why I remember her so much, but she has like a level 1 quest where if you talk to her, she drops her money because a filthy Rastral spoke to her unsolicited, and then she orders you to pick up her gill and return it to her. It's so dumb.
Good heavens! Chancing upon father like that! I dare say it's taken a year off my life! Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are now about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter, what better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle?
I guess that's true. Let's do it, Hildy. We're gonna work together.
Good heavens! We haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves on the rules of the engagement. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their level.
Indeed. We need to fight fairly and kindly. But don't worry, Hildy, you don't have to fight so much. I know you don't like to fight. Oh. Never mind. I was just trying to talk to a friend and then he was finished. Is it just me, or is Mr. Ultras a bit lumpier than he was before? Oh, he's up there! Look at him! Now he has 3 lumps! Oh, poor Ultros. Rip in a pepperoni. Alteron finished a thing. Good job! Congratulations, Alteron. That one takes a while. Bumps on the head, chipped teeth. I am one shabby-looking octopus. I tell you, they don't pay me enough for this. But it's all gonna change soon, isn't it, buddy? Bungle!
Ah, Mr. Ultros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to, ye gods, who gave you such ghastly bruises?
The bruises, I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Bunga!
Oh, you have my sympathies, good sir. It is challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there something inside your office?
No, whatever gave you that idea? I'm simply, fumigating the place for pests like yourself. Now, don't you ever go battle to fight?
I love the idea that that to fumigate you have to actually say fumigate.
Inspector, I think something's alive in there.
I guess those are the pests that he's fumigating for.
That's just me talking to myself. Yeah, gods. Yes, gods. Working as a receptionist is so fun.
Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work? I say, Mr. Ultros, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration for us all.
Oh, hey, Briardian.
Calosa, if you would come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious.
Okay, sure. I love how Calosa just, like, ignores everyone making fun of Hildibrand, because she knows. She knows. Can I talk to them? I can!
Listening to Mr. Ultros talk is inspiring. I say, he's looking more appetizing about any minute.
Mr. Ultros is truly a man after my own heart, a gentleman among octopods. I don't know. Octopedes? I don't know. Well, has your investigation borne any fruit?
I don't know. Well, we met up with a lady, and it sounds like she really wants to...
I see. Mrs. Avila seeks to win the tournament to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I've done some research on our 8-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Uldal's taverns and houses of pleasure. Oh, Briardian, please don't. I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission on top of it. There's also the matter of the Tempest Blade, that is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means I fear your life is still in danger, Calosa. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. There's a stab in the dark. The contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you to bring them to me.
Let's check out what this refuse is. You know, I could just take I could have taken the mini aetherite shards, but I'm already here. Thanks, Sprint. Refuse!
Refuse!
What's this? Oh, it's a box. Okay, I thought it was just a pamphlet, but it's the box itself.
Refuse!
More boxes! I'll get you next time, boxes. Next time. Yeah, I don't have my sprint up yet, so I should probably take the aetherite shard back. Probably a good idea. Here it is.
To the Colosseum!
Back in the day, back in 2.0, this Ethernet shard wasn't here. It was like, if you wanted to do like any shopping in Ul'dah, you would have to go to the Adventurers Guild and then like go through a teleportation thing. It was really bad. Anyway, the point is, welcome to quality of life. Well, let me see what you found. We found a bunch of refuse containing all sorts of detritus gathered from the Colosseum. Some of it is still twitching. Now what have we here? Yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails, and what's this? A sack! Even more foul-smelling than the gore it was lying in, if that can be believed. And look here, something seems to be written on the side. Ingots and sundries. It would seem this merchant had dealings with the squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay him a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. You got it, Briardian, and we can take the shard this time. Now that I remember that it exists again. Sapphire. Whoop. Yo, Sintgot.
Welcome! What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today?
Here, I have a stinking sack. What is in it?
I'm sorry, madam, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. Stand by the quality of my wares. I expect my customers to do the same. Wait, did Uldril send you?
I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature?
Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles. Can you believe it? Why, the impressive price and that, distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers, which Mr. Uldril clearly is, as he just placed an order today.
Truffles, huh? Could it be that these truffles somehow be connected to... No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like...
Inspector Briardian, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me, and to steal Calosa here, to steal away Calosa here? This gentleman is not impressed.
Yeah, I guess I know where Hildibrand got that term from. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell?
Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured woman like yourself to be more intricate in the Epicurean arts. This is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle. An acquired taste, to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many an Ul'dah gourmet.
Yeah, Hildibrand would know. He is born into the lap of luxury.
I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them.
Ew.
Roasted, you say? Well, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe?
It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. I wonder what could be going on then. Oh, also it's called The Trouble with Truffles. Just like The Trouble with Tribbles. What was it? Tribbles, I think? It was the Star Trek show, the Star Trek episode.
Do you feel the anticipation in the air, my friend? This shall go down in Eosin history as the greatest battle since I slew that dragon. That did actually happen, yes?
Hildibrand, baby, pet. It's okay. Anyway, Briardian. The Colosseum Conundrum.
Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time which is in short supply. We must return to the Colosseum before the battles begin. Here's the plan, Calosa. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood?
You got it!
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good! Let's head back to the Colosseum! Gladiators Guild. Gladiators Guild. Here we go.
There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. Gwa ha ha. I'd be remiss if not to tell you there has been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place.
Ultros?
Everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray. Spectators are just pouring in, and bookmakers across the town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Mr. Feargis himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Dower Metal, it is. What do you say? You ready to get your arses kicked? Gah ha ha. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Ah, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern, your concern is our concern, is about to begin! Yeah! Alright! Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, Calosa, the famed warrior of light, or, who is that grinning fool again? Ah, that's right, Humberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire.
You know, that does kind of fit him.
Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the eight-legged purple purveyor of pain?
Wahaha! Here I am. Did ya miss me?
I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin.
I do love how there's like 6 people in the lineup, and he only introduces 3 because everyone knows the others are completely useless. Well, here we go.
Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then when it's just the 2 of us, I'll take a dive.
And you receive your share of the winnings. I've not forgotten our promise. Shing! Here we go! Absolutely not. Wow! That's a true gladiator style.
Look at Avila's blade spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They braid 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain.
Yeah!
Whoa!
It's just us! You're next. Bring it, Avila. Wait, where is that octopus going?
Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Glah, 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 glah.
The roasted truffles!
Ah, nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting has given Uncle Ulti an appetite.
Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute, didn't he say they should be raw truffles?
Wait a minute. Roasted truffles?
Oh! Braised in a savory sauce just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. You're welcome!
That meddling musclehead!
What's taking him so damned long?
The girl's gaze gives it away. Open the gate at once.
What in the world?
Huh? What in the world? What is that monstrosity?
I have no clue.
Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps?
What a fascinating friend you have there, Ulti. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? There you go. Here you are.
Well, there he goes.
What? Could it be Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade? It was that monster all along. The girl played us for fools. Boo! Oh, well.
Don't look at me. It was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus.
You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend.
I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Tower, has Uncle Ulti ever lied to you?
What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that All-Megan.
All-Megans, beggars and brutes, the lot of them. We'd give 'em a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get. Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Get her out of my sight before I get sick. All-Megans.
But I just wanted to. My sister.
I feel for the girl, really. My octopus heart goes out to her, but the rules are the rules, right? If Uncle Ulti may be so bold. I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Calosa here. What do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light?
How come Typhon's part of this now? He wasn't introduced.
Alright, that's what we want to see. All Tros! All Tros! All Tros! Yeah! Well, this is a most unprecedented turn of events. Who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? Heh. Venue, Halatali. Fighters, tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warriors of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm is settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. All right!
Yeah! Let's do it!
Oh, rip Hildy. Up on the roof.
Up on the ceiling. I always get those two mixed up for some reason. I'm really bad at that. Oh, Hildy, baby.
He did not fight as a gentleman.
Oh, Hildy. What's up, Briardian? So, to review,
The truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, who would be positioned so as to appear it was coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Calosa. Let us make for Halatali. Off we go! Oh, I can't teleport. No, I can't. Fine. Oh, whoops! We're going to Camp Drybone. Halatali is a side quest dungeon that I didn't actually remember was part of this. Calosa, it was, here's sudden, we gotta do a quick rundown. Halatali was it was a gladiator pit, but the calamity shook it up and a lot of the monsters for the gladiators were released and they kind of took over the place. And so Calosa went in there to, Calosa and friends went in there and took out all the enemies and destroyed all the monsters and sprites and stuff. So, afterwards now it's become a gladiator's pit again. There you go. That's the story. I suppose if anyone can defeat those fiends, it's you. Be safe, Calosa. There's no telling what inane trickery that octopus will attempt next. Be on your guard, Calosa. Well, this tourney's turned out into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could give a gnat's sauce. Now I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. Here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends to the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That ought to even the odds, Nah, I think I know what I need to do. Let's do it. 2 versus 1. I ain't afraid. I ain't afeared. Let's do it. The frantic free-for-all as the Mithril Cup moves to Halatali for the climactic confrontation. Whoop, I forgot. Withdraw. I need undersized. 1 versus. Here we go. Dragon neck. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the dragon's neck. If all members of the team fall from the platform, they forfeit the match. Let the battle begin.
Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. Bungle.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, so the idea that this fight was Ultros would turn all of the DPS into Kappa, into imps. And if anyone knows what Kappa are in Japanese mythology, they get stronger the more water they have on their plates, on the top of their heads. So Ultros, you're supposed to stand in front of Ultros and get hit by his aqua breath to get as much power as possible to punch Typhon so he doesn't sneeze you off of the area. No one knows how to do this. Everyone messes it up. I'm gonna solo it. I'm sorry. Here we go. Come on, Ultros, let's do it.
No, really, this is our last battle. Honest.
No, I don't like Megavolt. Ow, did you just chomp down on me? There's the aqua breath.
Mr. Typhon and I are friends forever.
Whoa! Please don't. Please don't do that. Oh, I got amped!
This is the end for Uncle Alti.
I don't know, is it? Aqua breath. There it is, wet plate. Is it? Yeah! Dots to save the day.
Thwarted again. I feel like such a sucker.
and Calosa claims the Mithril Cup!
Yeah, that's what you get, you ugly octopus.
The fight music!
Yes! I get an Ultros and Typhon card. I think I already have it, yeah. Bye-bye, Ultros and Typhon card. Actually, I could turn that in for Manderville. Unable to obtain the wind-up Ultros! It means that Calosa has got an item. Once I find it, I'll find it later. Wind up, wind up. There's a whole bunch of them. I have too many. There he is. Wind up Ultros. We'll bring him out later. He's ready to be and put in a pack to lunch, like all little toasted guys, toasted octopi. One can only imagine the time and effort Master Goldsmith Godpert put into the creation of this lifelike recreation of a lecturous purple octopus.
Muscleheads? Hate 'em.
Oh, look at the little baby Ultros! Oh, he's got his all shifty eyes. He is a shifty little boy.
Good show, Calosa. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the awards ceremony. This should afford us a perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum.
You're welcome.
Fun fact, most of the little octopus thingies that you see in the packed lunches are not actually octopi. They are little sausages where if you cut them right and then sizzle them on a pan, they start curling a little. So they look like boiled octopus. So there you go. The more you know. Oh yeah, I know. I wondered if other people didn't know. There you go. The more you know.
It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. Let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won! Yay!
Aw, thanks, Hildy. Thanks for the clapping.
Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Feegris himself, the Warden's grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which our realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer. Gra-ha-ha!
There it is. Wow, that's a pretty ring.
Indeed. Above you!
Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged and overlong, but don't worry, the main event is about to begin. What the? I know you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Woo! Ah! Woo! What are these fireworks for?
Vile fiend! Mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure, I swear it on the Manderville name!
Is it... Greg?
I think not, Hildibrand! Eh? Greg! 'Tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired!
Shing. What the... Ah, Hildy. He got it back! He got the harpoon back!
Calosa, you best me once, but not today! I shall have my vengeance upon you when I pierce your chest with my spear!
Do you not mean your skewer?
What the? shredded honor in you! Return my weapon at once! What in the... Oh, it seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Is that a raw mushroom?
Now it's raining truffles, but the battle's already finished. Mr. Typhon, just a moment. I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. Oh no, Enkidu!
The ring! We've got to do something! Oh no! It's too strong! And there they go. And now it's mine! Alas and alack! The ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend! Giving up so soon, are we? That doesn't sound like the words of a Manderville Man! But who could defeat Typhon so easily? Can't stop. I can't look away. No! It's like a train wreck. Whee! Okay. Ah! Oh! Oh! But of course, brilliant, Father! If the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring! Why, it'll just be just like Dalamud! Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian, Manderville! Skyward, as only a Manderville can! You do not know your own strength! Oh my goodness, the mantra men! The Mantravilles, sorry. 997, 998, 990. Aw, one of them couldn't finish the mantra. Enkidu in the back! Just flying on the roasted truffles! Oh, rip the Mantravilles! Straight into the concrete. Oh! Mantra! Yay! They used the mantra to heal him. These legs! They look strangely familiar! Could it be the man who gave them their name? This would be just like Dalamud, except, you know, hopefully successful. It was not very successful. Ha! Put a bit too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Say for one thing, the ring is a fake. What? It's a fake? That's not what he was after?
But no matter, I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you have been a most attentive audience.
The key! Bloody hells! Sigurd, seize the fiend at once! Get him now!
A bomb! Oh no! Someone take it out before it! Ah! Made you look? Oh no! It was! He's gone!
Yeah, that was amazing.
It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, it's gone! Huh.
Second prize? What's the meaning of this? The ring?
Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. A master goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is merely a second-rate replica.
What are you trying to pull here?
Well, preposterous. It's just the dim lighting. Yeah, if you'll just step over here.
Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily.
Let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain.
Go ahead, talk. Oh, Avila, the ring was never going to help you. Oh, hey, Hildy. Welcome back. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that odious octopus, all for a fake treasure. What a fool I've been. Whatever was I thinking?
Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegelina and nothing more.
I suppose I was at that. Huh? How do you know my sister's name?
I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tell you and the nano-amice to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. I'm sorry, please forgive me!
You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I was truly fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not be easily regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. Yeah, Villa. I hope things turn out well for you later. The bomb ruse was just a distraction. Now I have the key. Yes! Literally the best one of those comics. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly, the second prize, this Ring of Inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must have been some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen. A pattern that betrays his true intentions.
A treaty blade, a Zema's virtue, the Ring of Inquiry, all relics with quite a history. Or, to be more precise, relics from the era of the Belladians.
Belladians? I don't think I've heard of them before.
Aha! Oh, if that is so, the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Eorzea's greatest museum in Belladian history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us as much.
Card? above us. And it's gonna fall! Or float peacefully to the ground. Wait a minute. It's huge! Oh. Oh! No, 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 no! Oh, oh!
Huh?
Funga! And right back over onto Hildibrand.
Yeah?
Well, I didn't know you had it in you, Nashu. What a powerful sneeze. Well, what does it say? I've enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So this is the thief's final challenge to us. But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Well, I mean, they must be the 3 that he's got now. Where the 4 treasures of Belladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. What does it mean? An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that, and yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth to the words. 4 sacred relics from Belladia, the Warden's justice, lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk day by day, if rumors are to be believed. It would seem the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. I mean, that's what phantom thieves are like to do. Consider his targets thus far. An Uldan collector and her hired thugs, a trading mogul in the brass blades, and now a mining magnate in the stone torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of ordinary Uldans would lie with the perpetrator rather than the victims? They'll never see it coming! Okay. Astutely observed, Mr. Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the syndicate? Mayhaps the Sultana herself? Aha! Then it is to be his downfall. For the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Ahem. Just one moment, if you would. She's got to slide out from under it. Mark my words, you man of many faces. There is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladia, and it shall be Hildibrand, Angel of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Ha! Methinks Godbird made me a new pair of spectacles. Uh-oh. Unless, does Godbert know? Dun, dun, dun. On the next episode of Gentleman Hero Hildibrand, it's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Belladia. As the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed, will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Her last vow.
The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually looked like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well. See you next time. Bye-bye.
And so, the next episode of Hildibrand is starting right now on this Manderville Marathon. The Shades of Silde. I was wondering when you'd show up, Calosa. I hope you haven't made any plans for the day, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend, the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed to 3 victims already, all influential members of Uldan society. Mr. Many-Faces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. It's more riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mythical Eye's been selling like Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now it is, shall we, Calosa? The hidden treasure of Ulda, was it? If there's anyone who could shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sunsilk Tapestries. All right, you got it. That is out by the plaza. Have you ever worn a mask for so long you forgot what you looked like without it? Yeah, you know, 90% of people here in 2020. Yup. Wymond! Come on, man, give us the leads, man. Well now, if it ain't my favorite venture and my favorite Mythical Eye reporter along with her. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? Today? I see, as much as I'd like to help you two ladies, I'm afraid you found old Wyman at a loss. Ulda has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom friend could be after any one of them. Can't tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan sworn at a right dither. Word has it they formed a regiment of the best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan sworn ought like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Calosa. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn. Oi, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourself involved in this. No matter my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Yeah, that's my job. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you I'm ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Calosa, time is of the essence. Alright then. Pretty sure it's somewhere near the Alchemist Guild? That's where we're heading to. I'm like 20% sure. Yay! Where have I seen this man before? Humphrey? Wait a minute. He looks and sounds familiar. Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed in. Oh, thou bugger me with a broadsword. It's a gentleman of light's adventuring companion and that catty but cute reporter from the Mythical Eye. Well, if it isn't that self-styled warrior of light, tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan Sworn recorder to land this position? Only the 12's gone is truth, miss. Seeing that gentleman of light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me to the depths of my soul life. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero Master Hildibrand. The Sultan Sworn were impressed by my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me. You've come to assist Master Hildibrand in his investigation, have you? Cool, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the Sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it seems. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Belladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, aight? No worries, Mr. Humphrey. Glad you're putting yourself to goodness and right.
Pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we are researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Calosa whisper song, yes? That's me! Do you know Calosa? As any regular reader of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the Inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. The Inspector? Oh, hey, Briardian.
The Sultan Sworn, the elite of Uldar's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far.
Inspector Briardian, always one step ahead of us.
Miss Ellie, Calosa, a moment, if you would. Right here, very good. Now face me, and don't move an elm.
What are you talking about?
What?
Inspector, what is it? What did you do that for?
Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise while still leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be.
Brilliant, Inspector! The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? A hidden treasure of Ulda, the last of the 4 lost relics of Belladia. I fear not. I've pored through the histories time and again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference to an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. That's what Godbert was saying. Where darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend, and in the righteous glare. Aww, that's the Final Fantasy 1 prophecy. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by these 4 Belladian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature.
3 times have we tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has the thief foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of Belladian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and our regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The blackguard would be in chains before he could lay a hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, milady.
There are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you've heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer.
A lady asks, and a gentleman answers!
Yeah. Aww.
Ha! Cast all worry from your heart, milady. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. Demasking dust. And this must be the demasking dust that is part to the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. Plah, 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 plah. A shame that...
Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. Do tell. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far, the head of a publishing consortium, high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than they were all influential figures in their respective circles, we can identify no common threads connecting the 3.
Oh ho! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel, gutted with a great sword, strangled with a subligar, mayhap.
I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the death of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action and quickly.
Understood, milady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice.
Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. He may have 1,000 faces, but with Inspector Briardian's masking dust, the masquerade will soon be over.
Gentleman of light in the flesh! How's he every bit as muscular and majestic as I remembered? Oh, Humphrey.
On behalf of the Sultan Sworn, your assistance with the murder investigation is greatly appreciated. Leave the defense of the royal vault to us.
Alright, and we'll handle the baddies. Come to accompany me on another case, my friend. I like your gusto, but if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably.
Aw, I would never try to take Nashu's, side gig away.
Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Calosa, my ever-loyal associate.
Why, thanks, Hildy. Can I shoulder punch you? But there you go.
And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls! I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 sins of Sasamo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off! Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use. Phyllis is still picturing the strangled with a subligar scenario. She's just like, no. Please, no.
Western Thanaland is where the 80 sins of Sasamo are.
Here they are. Flowers, how intriguing.
Who left flowers behind here?
Flowers? Yes, it is all coming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares.
You do know that people put flowers on grave sites.
Just what do you think you're doing, eh? Eh? I'm the one who put the flowers there, eh? Do honor your memory of me, poor boy. How dare you defile his memory, eh? Eh?
1,000 parties, milady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. Ahem. As I was saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which could only mean...
Leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run far, far away. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie just like my poor boy.
A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense! Isn't that... I mean, we have zombies here.
Not nonsense, my boy. History. Have you not heard the horrors of Silde, our Hilda's sibling nation, against which we waged war centuries ago? Much blood was shed by both sides, aye, but I speak of far greater horrors than death. An unholy draught brewed by a Sildan alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, that this nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers. The traitors is a spurn. Of course, the traitors is Naldenthal. And because Nald is the god of death, bringing someone back to life is no good to him. They turned my poor boy to a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan Swan. Thala knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay my last respects.
The traitors is spurn. I heard the stories, but never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here?
A Sildan, I'm sure of it. Only a Sildan would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Sildan died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. They did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does. But did it ever occur to ye that he might be an honest god's phantom? Heard the tale from my own great-great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Beladia, and the powers they hold, the power to exact justice. The spectre of Silde has returned to wreak vengeance upon us. Woe, woe unto us all! Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if you'd only become a trader like your father, if only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much breathed the accursed name of Silde. But you did, and now we're doomed! Doomed! Doomed!
And there she goes.
What do you make of it?
What does it mean?
That bleeding horse here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. The most potent hair tug the realm has ever seen. Aye, that it was for all of a fortnight before my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just to twist the knife extra ilm. Montbang! Charlatan! I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. No! Not my beautiful hair!
Well, we've got a lot of, how would you call it? Things coming to a head, a lot of plot points that are coming back together. We have Humphrey, we have Elazar. Oh, jeez. What do you think of this, Briardian? Shades from Silde, living men turned to zombies. The old crone's lost not just her son, but her wits as well. She was screeching a lot. She was destroying my throat. At least Calosa's hair will grow back again, unlike some people's. Yeah, I know, right? It's all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your eyes and open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Ahem. A phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of living and dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations.
Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Silde might actually serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need.
You can count on me, Inspector Briardian. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye.
You know what? I think I would like to learn more about this Silde as well. I know a little bit about the sunken temple of Karn. The sunken temple of Karn is another dungeon that is a side quest dungeon. It was used by the ancient Baladians as a place to worship the sun goddess Azema. This is where they were entombed, many of the sultans of Beladia. I don't remember much about what happened with Beladia though. Especially since now we have Ul'dah. We have Ul'dah, but
Godspeed good, you're the adventurer who saved me back in the ruins
of Karn. Yeah, because here she is. I went and got into the Karn and saved people.
Researching the ancient feud between Ul'dah and Silde, are you? I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Beladia. The fifth astral era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished.
This was the War of the Magi.
This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many being forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of the survivors who found their way to Thanalan, where they found the nation of Beladia in some 8 centuries agone. Imagine a government of mages, by mages, for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Beladian civilization survived to this very day. Alas, it was not to be.
You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Silde. As a fellow student of history, I more than welcome conversation. Beladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son relinquishing his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ul'dah and Silde. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. Oh no. Knowledge is power, and surely our thaumaturge friends have a wealth of knowledge on their feud between Ul'dah and Silde. Let us begin our inquiry.
Yeah, Hildibrand, I'm doing it right now.
Greetings, traveler. Would you like to learn the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Silde? It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. Two city-states coexisted for several generations until the blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Silde alchemists devised the most horrifying stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories would have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up my spine just thinking about it. It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors.
Wow, they must have been really strong if they were able to fight off an entire legion of their own army and another army.
Calosa, don't surprise me like that. What's this? You're not here for your studies, but to learn of the bad blood between Ul'dah and Silde.
All right, Calosa dabbled in thaumaturgy a bit, you know, just to see back and forth. Yeah, shh.
scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Uldar, weighing prosperity and power. The silver of Sildit, weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Uldan prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Sildin knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine.
Yeah, you guys are just constantly talking about roasting people, though, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
On this matter, the histories were clear. But riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the stories, and what does this say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that the war against Silde, Ulda, and Amalja warriors, that in the war against Silde, Uldan and Amalja soldiers fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried beneath our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you will see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already.
Wow, the Amalja were actually really cool people. You know, before they summoned a primal and started trying to kill everyone. Yeah, thank you, Alteron. Yeah, everyone talks about what's going on. I think I remember the first time I did this, I actually did do an entire history lesson until I found out that this is what they tell you. My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls?
Well, we learned a lot about Sildin.
Life and their evils, I guess. Indeed. As it happens, I have learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ulda and Silde. The two nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Ulda's superior military might, Silde employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. A phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Isilde, who seeks vengeance upon those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. You know what? That actually kind of makes sense, Hildibrand. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildin statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. But how are we gonna find... what? A brilliant plan. Perhaps you to go find a shovel and dig his statesman out of the grave yourself. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, Hildy. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Silde. His garish garb is no doubt meant to invoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. The Sildin connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Balladian relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him had said they had a most frightening air about him. Wait! Yes, it's coming to me, of course! My keen inspector's senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just now might know something! Indeed. You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is the man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Sounds good! Horizon next! Horizon next! It's right here. Let's teleport to Horizon next! Yo, Guguria! What's up?
My keen instincts have told me that Guguria's testimony will be key to a monumental breakthrough in our investigation. I shall employ the ancient Manderville art of parley to skillfully extract the information we require.
Yes, I've got some business. If you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by.
Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mythal Eye. Never blinking, all-unseeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with a few questions.
Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces.
A thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time for the patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits.
I thought I recognized that voice.
Lady Dorilda, well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair evening?
Why, I live here, you ham-headed halfwit. Oh, Inspector Briardian. This is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, with whatever assistance he requires.
But Lady Dorilda, what about...
Yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Estame's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself?
Ugh.
I'll say it just this once, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. Aww, now she's better and she's a happy lady who loves her daughter again.
Bye-bye!
Ugh. All right, I'll tell you what I know. But you didn't hear from me. Got it. I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. Thief's got himself some of that zombie dust. Traitor Spurn, was it? His cards speak of 5 victims. It's got me to thinking. Silled it. 5 victims. Ah, it's the Arbiters of Truth.
The Arbiters of Truth? I'm not familiar with that name.
Yeah, fair evening in the middle of a downpour. Everyone just talking in the middle of the rain.
Ah, that would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Suntinent, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah-Sildir conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me.
False knowledge? Pray tell, what sort of knowledge might that be?
Fowls balls, don't make me say anymore. I got a family to feed.
Very well. Just tell us one last thing. Who hired you and where can we find him?
Hob, his name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me he was going back to sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But remember, you didn't hear none of this from me.
The man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one.
I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how that all works, but Hobbs got high-ranking friends called the Blast Blades. Once he heard the victims had all been zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew he'd be next.
Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Manderville art of parley has procured for us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what we can share with us. And let us hurry, the man's life is in danger, even as we speak.
Traitors, spurn... Spare... nut.
What the? Oh no!
He's dead! Master Hob? Is everything quite all right? There's someone on the floor there. Oh, don't trip and make that N and an M. I'm sorry, did I do that? I apologize. You're welcome, Pony.
No! Stand back, Ellie!
Hunger, I hunger for your praise.
Damn! There's no saving the man. Calosa, do what you must.
You got it. They don't even make me fight, they just know. Thunk.
Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tell me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. It would seem that we were a few moments late to the rescue.
A message. And then there was one.
There it is again.
Is something the matter, Inspector?
Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up on the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense. A sense that someone, something, is watching us.
The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful.
For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society unknown, knowing the identities of its members may lead us to its final victim.
I, too, had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime.
You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone.
Inspector, I'll go with her.
If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary, not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know.
Wow! Excuse you, sir.
Yeah.
Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe, and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life.
Your life, Inspector? Oh, yeah, Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me.
A secret vow? Oh-ho! Consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Also, it's traders, like they trade things because Thal is he is the god of death, but Nald is the god of commerce and gold. So, yeah, so that's why it's the traders, because they trade things, because they are the people. Lady Bustler, I'm sorry. I think Briardian has his eye on someone else. One day you'll get an Ishgardian to call your own. Ah, someday. Oh. Alchemist. Some shifty-looking fellow was eyeing the vaults before, but he took off faster than a fleeting cactus as soon as my gaze met his. Aye, just like I cowed many a Garlean on the plains of— Oh, it's you. Humphrey, please. You dork. A fourth victim? Thal, have mercy. Will you able to glean aught of a connection into the victims? The arbiters of truth? No. It cannot be. Somebody help! Ellie? Miss Ellie! The voice came in the direction of the vault. We must hurry! Miss Ellie!
Are you hurt?
That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only...
Bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Ha! You remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you?
She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armor of a sultan-sworn squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. Demasking dust. The thief of many faces? To think we would find our man like this. Nice work, Ellie.
Thrice and again did the thief elude our grasp, but no more! By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance, I declare this case closed! Yay! Huzzah! I return the sachet to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case.
What? The satchel! It landed back on his face again.
While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value you'd like to wantonly destroy?
Hoof? What? What is the meaning of this? 2 masks.
Ingenious. A double disguise planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt.
This is Guig, one of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It's inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp. Unless...
Unless the thief was not wearing a mask? Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible! Of course, it all makes perfect sense. With a phantom thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise through the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to...
Get inside, now!
My lady, the vault has been breached! The wise man's whisper, it's gone!
Huh? For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. And now the game is truly afoot.
Great. But what is the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu?
Meanwhile, Nashu.
Miss Ellie, that shadow you said you saw? I think it was just a dormouse.
Come.
To think he'd literally stumble face first into the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry, yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Nya, 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 nya.
Dun, dun, dun.
Although, seeing as how we only saw Ellie alone, how do we know that that was the real Ellie and not just the mask, like the masked thief? How could we have been so blind?
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable.
Oh, Briardian, pet. At least you have Wait.
Not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of inquiry. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Elian quickly. Surely if confronted by her constant companions, she can be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh-ho, Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men. Oh, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together?
I fear I would only put them at greater risk. What are you talking about? You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than...
Hildibrand Manderville!
Me! Mind you, it was not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer of the Sultan Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm until such a time as the killer is apprehended.
Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do.
Don't worry, I'm a healer. I can protect you too.
My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector! Over here!
Oh, hey, Nashu. Well, thank goodness Ellie didn't get to you.
Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you.
I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadow, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anyone there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see. It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just...
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's sense is tingling. Someone is watching us. Calosa, let us split up and canvass our surroundings.
Should we really leave Phyllis all by herself? I'm sure Briardian and Nashu are fine.
Apologies, Calosa, but I require a moment alone with my thoughts. Oh, Briardian.
Does Nashu usually stand that way? That's all, like, cutesy and sexy.
Where is Miss Ellie? Do you think she went looking for the dormouse, too?
Oh, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. A water-stained letter? What could it be? Be wary and be warned. Uh-oh. Is someone watching me? Another letter. What could this one say? Trust no one and your friends all the less? Someone on our side or against us? Some demasking dust and another letter. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. What could it be?
Ho ho ho! If it isn't my beloved son's a staunch companion, the mighty Calosa! I was in the area in a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you.
Well, I was just talking and then...
Oh ho! So your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville Man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be a bit over his head. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased.
Wait, Mr. Manderville. Are you afraid of someone? Whoop. I didn't realize Ultra squishes when he walks. A behatted sprat? Something just isn't right. Yeah, I don't know, behatted sprat. What are you doing here?
If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst, and yet we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Calosa. What say we have a few words with each of them, and see if aught seems amiss?
Let's do it. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things.
Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion. Yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us.
Inspector Briardian told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me.
Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say. It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse.
Curses, this one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence.
I questioned the Sultan's sword outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone?
If they were outside, that means she hasn't left the palace.
Father, what brings you here? Ho ho ho!
Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us.
Inspector Briardian, I should hope you are not doubting me.
Well, I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. So at this point, only Phyllis and Briardian have been standing close together this whole time. So they're the only ones who aren't a suspect. Heck, even I'm a suspect.
An astute observation, my gangly friend. I say this occasion calls for a dose of 2 of that powder Calosa found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or 2 lying around, would there?
What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not. They should be reporting back within a bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into those reeking, drilling corpses you deserve to be.
I fear it's more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from the consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Calosa here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had quite a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything.
Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense, if he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown.
My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it would be as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem! I'm a Mander-Mander-Manderville! Doing what only a Manderville! From the peaks of Kurthis to Thanalan, Mander-Mander-Manderville!
Man, you're the best, Inspector!
A perfect score! You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, undubitably the true Nashu!
I've never loved you more than I do now, you marvelous muttonhead, you!
Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath your eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty cretinous old...
Yes, Inspector?
The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Use it.
You got it!
Push!
SpongeBob and Patrick, write that down! Write that down! Wait!
Miss Ellie, you look somehow different?
Uh-oh. This is not what we were expecting. Not at all.
So the letter spoke true. The fiend was in our midst all along. My prodigious powers of deduction scream out to me. This woman knows of something.
Yeah, you figured that one out? Another two-layered mask, mayhap. But no, this woman bears a striking resemblance to Miss Ellie. I was all but certain that Ellie was our thief. What is the meaning of this? Who is this unfamiliar woman and what secrets does she hold? 7 hells, done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers.
Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet...
Consulting Inspector Briardi, and once again you failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You may call me Ceci, charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look as though you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sildon aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find 2 sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and the priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with all the knowledge I needed to stay 1 step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we would never have risen to these heights of celebrity.
Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. What is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes?
Justice! 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, do the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate.
Wait, the histories say that it was Sildid that turned their own men into zombies.
The histories lied, and you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You have died for the fellows, false arbiter. Rip. Sorry for that. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate was built up on a lie.
What is this madness you speak, woman?
Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories won't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan sworn would kill to keep buried deep in the sands of Thanalan. Oh, but your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes. Before long, you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. Ha 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 ha!
What do you mean by that?
How the idiots lap up the stories. A mass crusader for justice. A dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough when they're eating at each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Uldan vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which to open the vault by assembling 4 secret relics from Belladia, 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Silde before Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault and the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when zombie powder rained down upon Ulda. Oh wait, you'll be all dead!
Preposterous!
But first, you, my dear, you will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland, yet let your flesh rot like all your rotten lies. She has some on her!
I think not, Miss Ceci!
Hildibrand! Zombie.
Hildibrand!
You idiot! Just for once could you not get in the way?
Done!
God, Bert Manderville, I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day! Huh? Who was... Huh? What?
I knew it! The presence watching over us from the shadows! It was you! My dear wife!
Nice guitar riff, ma'am. Am I to understand that you are Hildibrand's mother? And one of the ladies that Ultros is trying to creep on? Huh? There's someone else here?
Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Preparing yourself, Calosa. The time of our final confrontation is nigh.
All right. Oh, never mind. Do you have the powders for veins, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse if you haven't bloody noticed. You, Calosa or something, was it? Yes, ma'am. Hildy told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet you.
My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I could come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband here, and look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't you? Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
And there we go. And as Alteron said before, like any sane man, the one person that Lord Godbert is afraid of is his beautiful wife, Julian. And Alteron does bring up a good point. Why would she sell her sister out immediately? It would be easy enough to pretend she was acting alone, and we could have like pretended this whole thing like we wouldn't be, like, trying to stop Ellie. And that would have been, number one, that would have been okay. But then we would have died. So, I mean, Deus Ex Machina. Also, I guess she wanted to be like, look at me, I'm so cool and awesome, and I'm the best. And also now she's unconscious on the floor. Anyway, zombie powder is a reference to an ability that a lot of zombies use in Final Fantasies that turn you into a zombie. So there we go. We've got zombie powder coming to kill us. I dare say it's quite clear who wears the pants in the family. So to speak. Yeah, I don't think she wears pants. She has a cute little skirt thing going on. It's very adorable. Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him. He's green. Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of Oversoul rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Oversoul rags are... It's an enemy in Final Fantasy 12, and you had to kill it once to help save a guy who was a hunt mark. Tint card at the market stock the former, and the latter you could procure from a trader the name of guest. Now hurry, once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. I hope so, poor Nashu.
Ouch! That's smart! You gods, Hildy, you're looking not too hard on yourself!
No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf! Now you're gonna accompany Calosa here and make yourself useful, or do I have to introduce you to the wall again?
Oh, but of course, milady! Gilgamesh is ever at your service! Sid got sundries, was it? Come now, Calosa, there is work to be done!
It's hard for me to give Gilgamesh a good voice because, he has Hildibrand's voice whenever I play Final Fantasy V, so it's really hard because, like, they're, like, exactly the same person to me. I tried to give him a deeper version of Hildibrand's voice, but then it just sounds all worse. What a dilemma. What an absolute dilemma. I don't know why I'm walking this whole way. Oh well, I'll just take an Ethernet shard. Whoop! Dude, the Sapphire Avenue exchange! Got some cracks going on. So we need some Oversoul rags.
I fear I've only a single tatter left in stock, and it's already spoken for. Oh my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare Chimera membranes for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. And you expect just to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice?
Well, well, look what we have here. Fit is the warrior of light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. What the? Avila! Welcome. Well, we were looking for Oversoul rags. As it just happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share. Oh, thank you so much!
My lady, you are far too kind.
Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildibrand and Calosa here, I'd still be teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. I'm a woman who pays her debts. That you are, sister.
Do you
See you around.
Don't take me if that wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call her one of her biggest fans. Why, I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her.
Well, thank you very much.
A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Calosa? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this traitor named Guest.
Indeed. Let's do it. And then we can save Hildy. Where is Guest? He's upstairs. He's upstairs. Better use the Ethernet shard. And go to the Chamber of Rules. Drink some water while I get over here. The blundering Manderville boy's on his last legs and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Ha! Perhaps he could give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthier man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. You know what? I make jokes about how the Sudruks and the Mandervilles aren't on good terms, but even I know they wouldn't be that heartless.
Have you not shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man's on his death's doorstep.
What do I care? After the events of the day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget, but it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the seven seas. I beg of you, my lady, may I have this dance? Oh! Is he actually trying? The marriage was called off, but he still cares about her. Aww. Calosa, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? We're trying to get some twice distilled water. Heavens, the poor inspector.
Well, if it isn't the lapsed maiden in the flesh, what say you bid farewell to those preening fops and scruffy adventurers and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty?
Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord.
Yes! Oh, yeah!
Provided you first provide my good friend Calosa with a bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks.
What?
You heard him, jerk! Hand it over!
You know this woman! If that's the price you would set, then so be it. Take it! It's barely worth its weight in gill anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella?
Thank you! Get out of my sight, jerk! Good luck, Arabella. I hope you and Vance can make it work out.
Smoochy smooch. I knew Hildy would be a worthy rival, but to think he was this beloved by so many! Clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Calosa, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him!
We've gotta go!
Sprint!
Oh no, I think I went around the wrong way. It doesn't matter, it's kind of the both ways. I probably should have gone the other way though. Oh, up here! Oh, that was a close one. If we're too late, Julian will have my head! I trust the two of you wouldn't dare come back empty-handed. I love how Godbird already woke up. bloody brilliant. I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. No worries, you can have him. Now stand back here and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Ah, you bloody bugger, go in my skillet! High quality! She did it. That should stop it spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush out what's left in his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Look who I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane, and also probably very wet. Wet cats are no fun.
Boy, did that nap feel good!
Well, at least you're feeling better. Yes, I'm sure it did. Calosa, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Sildin ruins. We must go there with all haste. You've got it. You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around here for? The future of Uldal's at stake. Let's do this.
Calosa, my strength is yours as well. For Uldar and for our friend Hildy.
You remind me of my husband, what with you having more muscles and sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see, I believe 20 crates or so should suffice.
I am a warrior, not an errand boy. Yes, milady.
That's what I thought.
I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear simply to procure my long-awaited final confrontation with Calosa. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Calosa and Hildy both, to be blessed with such a veritable legions of friends and tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend I have ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird. You have given me comfort in my troubles, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me? Even Calosa could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return to my side. Do you hear me, Enkidu? Ye gods! What was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me! And what? The crystals? Where have they gone? Oh no.
Fancy meeting you here, old friend.
That voice! Could it be? My faithful companion! Why must you always make me wait so?
Oh no. Oh no. That's no good. Julian would send you on your way. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maid digging around at the Sildin excavation site with her mindset on turning Uldar into the land of the walking dead. Your concern for Hildy is most touching, but don't you worry. Mummy Dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easily. Alright, you take care, Julian. I got this. I got this. I got this. Whoop. And here we are. We haven't a moment to lose. What are we gonna do, Phyllis? We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with the traitors' spurn. One misstep and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Calosa. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Calosa, surely if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you! You need to use your keyboard, the software keyboard, to call out Ellie and convince your erstwhile companion and friend and companion to listen to reason. Oh, she's over that way. I thought she was down there in the ruins, but she's not. Ellie! Here I am. Hello, Ellie. Pat. We'll talk later.
You do well not to anger the last friend. She's sitting atop an ample supply of that zombie powder, and I suspect she's not afraid to use it.
Miss Ellie, and I thought we were friends.
Oh, to think this girl and her sister were behind the crimes all along. I dare say this realm is awash with capable adversaries.
It beggars belief that I could have been so blind. Say, Ellie, listen to me. This isn't the answer. The earrings, the ring, the choker, the sword. Calosa, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much think as interfering, I will not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. Ellie, please.
So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Ceci is already in custody. Surrender now, and I will see that no harm befalls her.
How little you understand us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fate as the Uldan dogs you would defend.
Ellie, stop this madness!
I'm sorry, Inspector.
The zombies! Oh no, we're surrounded!
Ah, yeah!
There's too many of them.
I don't think even I could protect everyone. Godbert!
All a day's work for a Manderville Man!
Godbert! What?
Wow! Oh, the zombies are very...
Yeah!
Yo!
Yeah, good work, Greg.
There's too many! You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only Inspector Hildibrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far, and he's as good as 6 fulms under.
Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you do so at your own peril.
I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of this traitor's spurn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out.
Those balls, is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it?
I love how he just doesn't even bother correcting anyone anymore. It's a shame to lose you, Calosa. Warrior of light that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions! What? Are they posing? What? I love it. She just falls on the floor like an animu. No!
When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend, and the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword, are my eyes to be deceived? That pose! No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They're 4 zombies of light. No, gentlemen of light. The rapid blinking. The light is too strong. Just so, my good man. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me?
The gentle dead man! And Elsa!
Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you got my snurble tonic or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Alazar. Court, you're looking absolutely resplendent today.
Impossible! The holy water couldn't have cured him!
It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombiebrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action.
The gentle dead man came! An immunity to... I'm just gonna pretend that makes any kind of sense. I've learned long ago not to ask questions.
The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady such as yourself.
It's over. It's all over. Inspector Briardian said there was something you would tell me when this was through. I imagine you have no words for me now.
Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found something. Someone with whom I intend never to part.
Huh?
I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you?
And there's silent answer. What did she say? I don't know. I'd like to call Godbert's attack his burst, but considering his state of dress, that might not be the best name for it. Yeah, thanks, Opera Omnia. We'll do it a limited. We'll do the limited attack. He's got even stronger ones up his sleeve.
Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspirations cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ulda was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. I will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore.
Even Calosa's sad. I hope someday the Sildons will be known as great and noble people.
Aha! Ahem! Are we not forgetting something here? By something, I mean me! If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Calosa's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time for a too long delayed confrontation is nigh!
Huh?
Why, the long-faced friend? But mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Huh? Could it be? The training blade, and the true one at that! None other, and I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save for the one who would defeat me in single combat. But I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend?
Huh? Huh?
What the?
Oh. Oh no.
Ah! Thou be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent?
Abomination! I'd thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. But 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then a flash came from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was! By the gods, it makes perfect sense! Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend. Nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu!
I love the zombies in the background. Just frozen.
Ah, gods. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic. Calosa, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet, I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall await you at Amtapor Keep. Ugh. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior! To the skies, Enkidu! To the skies!
It's a green goblin. I mean, the real Enkidu.
Rip. 2 against 1! That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg! Come, Calosa, to Amdabor!
This is a grave development indeed. To think that one could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. Oh, no worries. I'm the Scion. Oh, but of course, I had near forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Calosa, you are our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade.
Aha!
You got it! Aw, all of the zombies posing for me.
Look at the inspector go. I'm right behind you, Inspector.
And with that, my work here is done. You are by far the least competent associate I encountered in my travels. For preserving some shred of my sanity, you have my thanks. That said, my time in this land was not a total loss. My experiences here has taught me a valuable lesson. That this world and the fools who populate it rarely, if ever, abide by the principles of logic. This should serve me well in my future cases. And most importantly at all, I leave here with a vow that has given my life new meaning. But this is no time for sentiment.
Yeah, good luck with that, Briardian. I'm sorry for deceiving you, Calosa. For what it's worth, it wasn't personal. After 400 years, this might very well spell the end for the Arbiters of Truth. Whether or not to replace the Fallen is a decision for my superiors to make. In either event, I have decided to renounce my position. I thought they were but white lies, but I have seen firsthand the suffering they cause. Ellie, forgive me.
Gentlemen of light, core, they were every bit as radiant as I pegged them to be. One day I'll be a hero myself, just you watch.
Good luck there, Humphrey. Oh, hey, Julian.
All's well that ends well, eh, Calosa? Hildy's undead acquaintances were kind enough to make an appearance at my request. Who would have thought zombies could be such gentlemen? I reckon it must be my son's good influence.
Oh ho ho! If I knew anything that could bring Hildy back from the undead, it would be my dear wife's sand-mixed holy water. That's the world-class culinarian I married. Aw, look at you, you dorks! You cute dorks! Adorable, adorable dorks! Alright, to South Shroud!
Amdapor. Amdapor Keep is... We saw the lost city of Amdapor, but Amdapor Keep is one of the, lands that... It was a keep that the Amdaporians controlled. And see, there it is. You can see it in the background there. It was taken over by a bunch of Dalamud worshippers, and then Calosa killed them, and now they're dead. And that's Amdapor Keep. The end.
Is that you, Calosa? Please forgive me. I was right on Greg's tail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention. I'll be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave, Calosa. Yes, just go on ahead. I'll be right along directly.
Alright, you have fun over there. Alright, here we go. Battling the big keep. Let's do it. Boop. Here we go.
At long last we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, might not be finding this so enjoyable, unless you enjoy getting yourself pounded senseless. Ha-ha!
Let's do this. Alright, you gotta focus on Enkidu first, because if you attack Gilgamesh, Enkidu will just heal him, so...
To my side, Enkidu! The battle is joined! Oh, it hurts, it hurts! Enkidu, your master wants for succor!
No! You fool! Ah! Back! Back! Ouch. You stop that right now. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I got 3 more seconds. Asuna! Asuna! Eerie sound wave. Roommates can learn that. There we go. And hey, Asai, fancy you some feathers, bird brain. No, please no. Again! Oh no, not a missile. Not a missile! Ah! A missile rips off half of your health, regardless as if you're level 80 or not. Enkidu, why? Dots, please! Dia, I beg!
Hey! Fight on, Enkidu, my ever faithful! Enkidu! Are the bonds of our friendship so fragile?
Jeez. Alright. Let's do this.
Me? Run away? Huh, I was seeking out a more suitable spot for my inevitable victory. But enough exposition. Now we fight like men and ladies who dress like men. For Gilgamesh, it is transmogrifying time.
What in the...
Oh no! The mightiest warrior ever to grace Eosia stands before you, by which I mean I, Gilgamesh! Prepare yourself!
Alright then, Gilgamesh. I love how he just has freaking Masamune. He has Sephiroth's Masamune. He has Erdrick's Sun Sword from Dragon Quest. He has the halberd. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure that that's Erdrick's blade. Like, or is that a weapon from Final Fantasy 12? I forget. He has so many weapons. It's so dumb.
You'll get no quarter from me this time. Have at thee! You have some skill, I'll give you that. The Gilgamesh has only begun to fight. What? No. No.
Nice.
I too shall fight with all my strength. Uh-oh, someone just woke up the dragon.
Oh, jeez. You can ignore these if you want. And just dodge the attacks. Or you can just pop a dot on all of them and watch them die. You know, as you do. Just avoid those parts and you're good. No, bad boy, bad Greg.
No, the mighty Gilgamesh will not be defeated! Divide and conquer, Gilgamesh style!
Whoa, he used a bunch all at once. That's cool. But sorry, Gilgamesh. There's a better warrior around here. Boop.
To think that my full complement of arms would avail me not! Yo-hoo! No more hijinks from Gilgamesh! You have my word! The treaty blade, too, I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. Spare my insignificant life, I beg!
Okay, sure. Yeah, he does have cat's claw. Yeah, he had the claw. He had the cat's claw. So good. I love it. Yeah. So here it is. There's Masamune. There's an axe. Here's the sun blade. Here's the blade. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Erdrick's blade. Or yeah, I forget. Yeah. And then yeah, there's the cat's claw. And what's this? Enkidu? Could it be? Legend has it that Gilgamesh first found Enkidu while searching for a meal. Without the means to make a fire, he attempted to eat the fowl raw, only to find himself the victim of a furious counterattack. Impressed by the bird's tenacity, he promptly made him his pet.
Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu!
This I do solemnly swear. Okay. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye. Enkidu. chicken kisses.
Not! Ha-ha! I lied! Again! Like a rug! Kill me. You take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest of swords will suffice. Warrior of Light, you have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. For as sure as day follows night, the hour will come when I claim it as mine own, till we meet again.
Oh, and there they go. Bestest friends forever.
Yo, Hildibrand, what's up? What ho, Calosa? Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead them to me at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together.
Oh, Hildy, I'm sorry. I just finished it. Oh, baby. Oof. Already beat him. Sorry.
The battle has already been won. That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly, the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood? Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again? You know, the one that's all around us? Hildy, please. Oh, I'm glad it's all bright and shiny again. Wow, look what the cat's dragged in. Calosa, what news of the primal and the treaty blade? I beat the primal, and Hildy's looking for the treaty blade right now. Remarkable. I knew the warrior of light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildibrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade. Such design, such craftsmanship, at once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I found the inspiration from an ex-masterpiece.
Of course they're beautiful. They were in the greatest treasures of Losilde. To think they were locked away in the vault so that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud.
Just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics?
It was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded the magic of legend, Ellie and I might have had the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. Ah, what I wouldn't have given to have seen it, the ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm had ever known.
Just what sort of incantation is it?
The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers verdict true. Azema's virtue shines upon the heavens. To complete the incantation, the warriors of light would hold of the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but all speak of a great radiance shining down from the heavens. Yeah, Inspector!
Over here, friends! Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant!
It's a sword! Please don't run with it in your hands!
Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one this time, I swear unto you.
Please don't please don't mistreat sacred artifacts like that. Yes, just like that. I swear unto you, and then...
My word! Whatever is this odd tingling sensation?
Hildibrand, please never say that. Ever. Ridiculous! Hildibrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands.
But it would seem the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us.
Wee! No, the light! Someone stop it! I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon! amount of energy, magical energy. Don't point it at the ground. Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed. And so the light of justice that shone from the treaty blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say I never expected it to be quite literally a beam of light. Suppose it wouldn't have been much use to us after all.
Yeah!
Inspector! Oh, Inspector! Wait for me! Those balls, Hildy! First you almost died at your poor mother's feet, now you fly off to God's knows where without even giving her a kiss goodbye!
Oh ho ho! It appears that a case of wonderlust has once again struck my Hildibrand, as it has many a Manderville man before him. God's the speed, my boy. When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art.
So in the end, the Sylvan incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light? Well, the treaty blade is some 6 centuries old after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. But, the magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Belladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I would see it with my own eyes. Nothing short of a dream come true.
He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case and still manages to make a girl's dream come true.
You'll have to do a lot better than that, Briardian.
A gentleman to the end. A bloody bastard. Off we go! What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye, a curious scent wafting in on the winds from a far-flung land. Do I smell a case? Fire burns bright. Worry not for me, my friends. For wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there!
The end? Thank you, Alteron. Hildibrand will return. Perhaps. Perhaps someday. Dobin!
Rip Dolben. Is it a Zomblin? Or is it a Dombie?
I've completed the quest, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry. Exiting New Game Plus mode. And that, of course, is where we shall end our time. It is a long time. Thankfully, not so bad. Thankfully, I was able to take a rest. We'll take a rest over here, and I will see you guys on the usual time. Can I sit here? Can I sit here next to you, Holliet? Yay! Thanks for letting me sit next to you with a squishy octopus friend. Yeah, little wind-up ultras. So, next time, like we're expecting, we're finally going to start A Realm Reborn Part 5. And from there, we're going to find out. This is what we call post-game. A Realm Reborn post-game. Part 5 and Part 6 will be those things. And we're going to start them out. Find out how it goes. I'm thinking, Alteron and Elvie and I were talking. We are thinking about doing some of these dungeons here. A bunch of these little dungeons, the ones that weren't part of it. We were talking about Halatali. We talked about Sunken Temple of Karn. There's other places like Cutter's Cry, what was it? Desmail, Darkhold, Aurum Vale. We've done some of these, as well as other level 50 ones. We're not 100% sure when these will be happening, but they will be on other times. Not the usual times. And hopefully we will finish up and take care of all of these until the end. So, look forward to that. Look forward to us hanging out, having fun. Oh, look at him. He's so excited. Yes, you are, Mr. Ultros. Yes, you are. So then, I will see you guys around another time. Most likely, the usual time. Your guys's... Anyway, we'll talk about it. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Alteron, for staying so long. I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.